Welcome, space enthusiast. Get ready for a lunar revelation. Have you ever wondered how many people have truly strolled on the moon? Buckle up, because I bet you don't know, but you're about to find out now. 12 individuals have walked on the moon, marking extraordinary milestones in space exploration. These astronauts, part of the Apollo missions, ventured beyond our planet, leaving an indelible mark on the cosmic landscape. Their historic journeys symbolize humanity's unyielding spirit of discovery, reaching for the moon and beyond. 12 astronauts who have walked on the moon during 6 Apollo missions from 1969 to 1972 are Harrison Schmitt, Gene Cernan, Charles Duke, John Young, James Irwin, David Scott, Edgar Mitchell, Alan Shepard, Alan Bean, Pete Conrad, Buzz Aldrin, Neil Armstrong. In 1969, Apollo 11 made history as Neil Armstrong became the first person to walk on the moon, followed by Buzz Aldrin. Launched by NASA, their lunar landing on July 20th was a giant leap for humanity. Armstrong's famous words, "That's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind," echoed globally, marking a historic achievement in space exploration. Before delving into information about these 12 astronauts, let's first understand what EVA means. Extravehicular activity, EVA, is when an astronaut or cosmonaut gets out of a spacecraft in outer space, then gets back in. Extravehicular activity usually refers to a spacewalk outside a spacecraft orbiting the Earth, but can also refer to a moonwalk on the surface of the moon. Neil Armstrong, the first person to set foot on the moon, was born on August 5, 1930. His historic lunar walk took place during the Apollo 11 mission on July 21, 1969. Unfortunately, he passed away on August 25, 2012, at the age of 82. Armstrong's lunar extravehicular activity, EVA, lasted 2 hours and 31 minutes, making him a key figure in space exploration and a prominent member of NASA. Images showcasing Neil Armstrong's presence on the moon. Shifting our attention to the second person to land on the moon, let's delve into the intriguing story of Buzz Aldrin. Buzz Aldrin, born on January 20, 1930, played a pivotal role in the historic Apollo 11 mission. On July 21, 1969, alongside Neil Armstrong, he became one of the first humans to walk on the moon. Buzz conducted one lunar extravehicular activity, EVA, during this mission, spending a total of 2 hours and 31 minutes exploring the lunar surface. His service in the Air Force and contributions to space exploration have left an indelible mark in the story of human accomplishment. Apollo 12, November 14, 1969. The Apollo 12 mission, the 6th crewed flight in the United States Apollo program, made history as the second spacecraft to land on the moon. Led by Commander Charles Pete Conrad, Lunar Module Pilot Alan L. Bean, and Command Module Pilot Richard F. Gordon, the mission aimed to explore the lunar surface. Commander Pete Conrad and Lunar Module Pilot Bean spent just over 1 day and 7 hours on the lunar surface, conducting activities vital to our understanding of the moon. Meanwhile, Command Module Pilot Gordon orbited the moon in the Lunar Module. The Navy was their proud service branch, and their contributions during Apollo 12 furthered the exploration of our celestial neighbor. Apollo 13 experienced an oxygen tank explosion, leading to the cancellation of its planned moon landing. Consequently, the mission was aborted. Apollo 14, January 31st, February 9th, 1971, became the 8th crewed mission in the United States Apollo program, the 3rd to land on the moon, and the 1st to land in the lunar highlands on February 5th, 1971. Alan Shepard and Edgar Mitchell were part of the Apollo 14 mission, landing on the moon on February 5th, 1971. Both Navy astronauts conducted 2 lunar extravehicular activities, EVAs, during their time on the lunar surface, totaling 9 hours and 21 minutes. Their contributions furthered our understanding of the moon and expanded the legacy of human exploration. During the 2 walks on the moon's surface, 93.2 pounds, 42 kilograms of moon rock was collected. Commander Alan Shepard famously hit 2 golf balls on the lunar surface with a makeshift club he had brought from Earth. Command Module pilot Stuart Roosa took several hundred seeds on the mission, many of which were planted on return, resulting in the so-called moon trees. Apollo 15, July 26, August 7, 1971, was the 9th crewed mission in the United States Apollo program and the 4th to land on the moon. It carried the heaviest payload launched to lunar orbit, approximately 107,000 pounds. Apollo 15 was indeed the first mission to utilize the Lunar Roving Vehicle, LRV, on the moon. The Lunar Roving Vehicle traveled at speeds of up to 6 to 8 miles per hour, 10 to 12 kilometers per h, and allowed astronauts to explore a distance of approximately 17.3 miles during their moonwalks. David Scott and James Irwin, both serving in the Air Force, played vital roles as astronauts during the Apollo 15 mission. From July 31st to August 2nd, 1971, they engaged in 3 lunar extravehicular activities, EVAs, spending a total of 18 hours and 33 minutes on the moon's surface. Their exploration significantly deepened our understanding of lunar geology and contributed to the scientific success of the Apollo program. In this captivating video clip, witness the historic moment when astronauts David Scott and James Irwin ride the Lunar Roving Vehicle on the moon's surface during the Apollo 15 mission. The footage captures their exploration, showcasing the innovative mobility of the Lunar Roving Vehicle as they traverse the lunar landscape. An image showcasing the 17.3 miles path covered by David Scott and James Irwin with the Lunar Roving Vehicle on the lunar surface. Apollo 16, from April 16 to 27, 1972, marked NASA's 10th crewed mission in the Apollo program, landing successfully on the moon. The 5th and penultimate mission in the program, it featured the use of the Lunar Roving Vehicle, LRV, for enhanced lunar exploration. John Young and Charles Duke, representing the Navy and Air Force respectively, were astronauts on Apollo 16. They conducted 3 lunar extravehicular activities, EVAs, from April 21st to 23, 1972, spending a total of 20 hours and 14 minutes exploring the lunar surface. Their contributions significantly expanded our knowledge of the moon's geology and scientific potential. Apollo 17, December 7, 1972, was the 11th and final mission of NASA's Apollo program, the 6th and most recent time humans have set foot on the moon or traveled beyond low Earth orbit. Commander Gene Cernan and Lunar Module pilot Harrison Schmitt walked on the moon, while Command Module pilot Ronald Evans orbited above. The mission's heavy emphasis on science meant the inclusion of a number of new experiments, including a biological experiment containing 5 mice that was carried in the Command Module. Gene Cernan and Harrison Schmitt, part of the historic Apollo 17 mission, were the last humans to walk on the moon. Gene Cernan, a Navy officer, and Harrison Schmitt, a geologist and NASA scientist, conducted 3 lunar extravehicular activities, EVAs, from December 11th to 14, 1972, totaling 22 hours and 2 minutes. Their contributions to lunar exploration marked the conclusion of the Apollo program, leaving an enduring legacy in space history. These 12 astronauts who walked on the moon showed us that people can achieve incredible things when they work together. Their journeys weren't just about going to space, they represented our human spirit of exploring and pushing the limits. Their legacy is a reminder that we can overcome challenges, dream big, and reach for new possibilities. Their adventures on the moon continue to inspire us to aim for new frontiers and to believe in the power of discovery. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. Join us on this space journey. Subscribe, stay tuned, and let's explore the universe together.